Well, I think Aleister Black is dead. I do think Damian Priest killed Aleister Black. Hey guys, this is AW here. Welcome to American Warrior. Welcome for my SmackDown review of the first SmackDown of 2026. The first time, well, this is actually SmackDown went to 3 hours, 3 hour show. All right, this is so they went to 3 hours. They were 3 hours last year. This is so they went back to 3 hours, and I gotta say I was worried about the 3 hours being because based on the previous shows, like the reception, the previous shows haven't been good for the 2 hours. But since it went to 3 hours, I'm a little concerned. Like, how they gonna work this in 3 hours? How are they gonna make sure people are gonna enjoy SmackDown for 3 hours? Well, I gotta say, this SmackDown was actually enjoyable for 3 hours. Now, doesn't mean it's gonna be like that next week, but this is actually one of their better shows, and the pacing of the show for 3 hours, it actually worked here. So the thing is, we got returns, a major return, possible a new main event, some new main event choice made by an NXT superstar. One possibly deciding which brand to go to, and so yeah. Where should we start, man? I mean, they did a recap of the storyline with Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre last week. I think you all know that. Oh yeah, there's some. Whoa, Drew McIntyre did in this show. Oh man, today's episode, he announced the 3 matches. The stages out. We'll get to that, but yeah, let's talk about the show. Miz starts off the show, bitching and complaining, doing all his usual stuff. All right. All of a sudden, Randy Orton music hits. Walks slowly to the ring. So Randy Orton is returning to SmackDown. He's returned. Miz is all happy to see Randy and tries to convince, we should form a tag team called Miz RKO. And Randy turns around and just gives Miz an RKO. And then he's like, looking at the crowd, maybe one more time. So he grabs a Miz, picks him up, and gives him another RKO. And there's Randy Orton giving the Miz 2 RKOs, hopefully upsetting with signals for his return. Also backstage, he runs into Cody. Cody's looking for Drew. Backstage, he runs into Cody. And Cody says he's happy to see Randy. Obviously, they're friends. They have a lot of history. But Randy says, yeah, he's coming back for the title. He's there to come back for the title, even if it's on Cody. Okay? Right? So we got a backstage segment between Nia Jax and That's Legends with Asuka and Kairi saying who to get team up together. So this backstage segment, it's not really important. They ran to face Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley and Io Sky in a 4-on-4 match, which is actually a decent. They gave decent time to this match. A little clunkiness at times, but overall it was a solid match. Look, not everybody in that match is exactly good in the ring now. I mean, like Glass Legends, she's got better, but she's obviously the weakest. I mean, Nia Jax has got a little better. She's got a lot better since she left. I'll say that, but she's still okay. But overall, the match is fine. Rhea Ripley got the win, and I think Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, their team got the win. They get momentum for Raw. Like momentum wrestling, if it means anything. For Raw, for their tag team matches against the Kabuki Warriors. Probably means they're going to lose on Raw. Okay. Okay, we got a backstage segment with Chelsea Green. Right? Before Chelsea Green comes in, Jordan Grace. So this is apparently reported before the show goes out that an NXT superstar is looking to be called up. Spoilers. And it turns out to be Jordan Grace is potentially being called up again. She was there talking to Nick Aldis. And she was talking to Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis wants her on SmackDown, right? She's a free agent. Chelsea Green comes in. She's upset about facing Giulia, that she can't handle her mental state. And because of this finale, Stranger Things has gone to her and all that, and obviously Jordan Grace walked away after Jordan Grace felt insulted, and like Chelsea Green, what Chelsea Green said to Jordan Grace, it kind of also made Jordan Grace feel like maybe I'm getting closer to a decision, and maybe it's making it, but you did what you said, it's making you thinking what I said, it's making it easier, making the decision easier. And so, you know how Chelsea Green is playing that she's American, she's a Canadian American champion, right? All of that, and she's like playing that American gimmick kind of. So they call this, if you don't defend your title, I'm going to impeach you, basically strip you of the title. And then, okay, okay, okay. So what else was there? All right, try to get through as much as possible. Important things, okay? Important things. Oh yeah, Sami Zayn has returned. Sami Zayn has returned, and he's talked about how the last time he was here, he was in the crowd with his son watching John Cena's final match at Saturday's main event, and his son asked him about why is John Cena 17 champion, never 17-time champion, and why he isn't. Sami Zayn had this in the promo said because Sami Zayn was never champion, right? World Heavyweight Champion, Undisputed Champion, whatever. NXT champion doesn't count. And his goal now is to become champion. Champion. He wants to become champion. He has done it all in the main watch. US champ, tag team champ, intercontinental, but never heavyweight champion, undisputed champion, universal champion. All of a sudden, Trick Williams music hits, and the reaction from the crowd to Trick Williams was loud, was there, and they definitely did whoop that trick to his theme. He comes down, right, all flamboyant, all superstar like, right, confronts Sammy, and he basically boasts himself up, right, basically, and he kind of basically what pissed off Sammy was that he called Sammy almost, like he not called him almost, but he said, Sammy, you're almost, you just never get there. And Sammy, like he didn't get pissed off because he said in the promo, I'm sorry about that, I said that. He said in his promo, the response to Trick, that I seen people like you who think they're all that, paraphrase, all that, come up here, think they're all that, they all think they could do this, they're all better than this. You need to be humbled. You need to be humbled. And Trick Williams. And if you see Trick Williams, he does look like a future main eventer in that brand. So backstage there, we got Trick Williams. Like Wade Phoenix was talking with Nick Aldis. Trick Williams interferes in that, and Trick Williams is he's angry, he's pissed with Sami Zayn, and Wade Phoenix Wade Phoenix felt disrespected. So Nick Aldis is going to make a match between Wade Phoenix and Trick Williams next week on SmackDown in Berlin. So Trick Williams' first official main roster match is going to be against Wade Phoenix in Berlin next week. Okay. Also, we got the big surprise. Kit Wilson, formerly Pretty Badly, takes the crowd, talks to the crowd with the mic, and calls them all toxic. And all of a sudden, you hear Zack Ryder's music for 2 seconds, and it changes to Matt Cardona's music. So we thought we're getting Zack Ryder, but no, if we're getting his actual real name, his actual gimmick from the image, Matt Cardona, and you see Matt Cardona come down to the ring, and it's been confirmed he signed to SmackDown. So Matt Cardona, formerly of Zack Ryder, has signed back with the WWE as Matt Cardona. No more Zack Ryder. That's gone. He's Matt Cardona. Okay, started with SmackDown, back to WWE. He defeats Kit Wilson. Okay, so yeah. Now we'll see. Are they going to treat? Is WWE going to treat Matt Cardona any differently than they treated him as Zack Ryder? Well, that'll wait to be seen, right? Right. Okay, and Sami Zayn. All right, so Cody's walking back. She runs into Sami, and Cody mentions a little bit about Sami Zayn going and gunning for a title. And he's like, everybody's going for a title. And Nick Aldis comes and Drew and Cody asks, have you seen Drew? And Drew is like, nope, haven't seen Drew. Okay. So we'll get to the US title match. Carmelo Hayes and Johnny Gargano. Ilya Dragunov, who lost the title to Carmelo, was there before Carmelo went out. Okay, fine. So Carmelo and Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano's music, I do not like his music that he uses. I love the music he used in NXT when he's a babyface. The song, but that song does not work for a heel. I don't like Gargano's music here, but I understand from a heel's perspective. The one that everybody liked back in NXT, the right to get the crowd going. That's a babyface theme music. Here, this match, man, this match was really, really good. Two athletic wrestlers, Carmelo Hayes. I was watching this match with Carmelo Hayes in this match. I was watching this Dragon. I'm like, Carmelo Hayes, next 2 to 5 years, I think this guy could potentially main event at WrestleMania. And not Gargano, Carmelo Hayes. Okay? Because he's still damn good in the ring. And they're building up slowly. I mean, he's the U.S. champion. They're building up slowly, but this guy, he's world of potential. Have him on your radars for possible main eventer. Okay? He got the win over Johnny Gargano. Okay? So, Cody, let's get to this part. One of the big events of this, big segments. Cody goes to the ring, calls out Drew, basically, talks crap about Drew's usual stick. Drew appears on the screen in front of Cody's bus. He basically says, you're paraphrasing it, his promos are vanilla, boring, and he lets out what 3 stages of matches they're gonna have next week in Berlin. So the first match is a regular singles match. It's a regular singles match. Second match, falls count anywhere. So you could go anywhere. I mean, you could go anywhere, right? And pin anywhere. And if they need to, if it's tied 1-1, a good old-fashioned steel cage match. Okay? If there's a tie. Now, Drew is egging on Cody somewhat because Drew is trying to get Cody mad so Cody could hit him. So he'd be stripped the title. Trying to do whatever it takes to get Cody stripped the title. So really went like last week when he went with his family and all that. He even went farther, like with this time while on the bus. He went on the bus. He found a picture of young Cody when he's up and coming in the business, and Cody's father, Dusty Rhodes, the legendary Dusty Rhodes, right? That pissed off Cody. So Cody, right? So what Drew did, he threw it on the ground and stepped on it, breaking the picture in the case, right? So Cody was so pissed, going where his bus is, right? Security Nicholas trying to stop him, but Drew wasn't there. Drew ended up in the ring, and there was a garbage can in the middle, and he had the picture. So Cody goes the other way. Security Nicholas is coming, and what Drew did, he had a lighter. He lit the picture on fire, and he put it in the garbage can, and that pissed off Cody even more. And it got to a point where Cody was near the ropes, and Drew got to the ropes, bent down, and started trying to get to him even more and more. It's right, and because he's trying to make Cody lose his cool, and Cody was losing his cool. Okay, trying to lose his cool so he can hit him before next week. Okay. And Nick Aldis is there. It's like, you're sick, Drew. Next, there's an Obafemi vignette. So the difference is with some of these NXT rumor call-ups that are going to be signing on the main roster compared to Obafemi. Obafemi's getting a vignette. Like the Trick Williams, Jordan Grace, Javante Evans, Luca, whoever, they're not getting a vignette. Obafemi's getting a vignette. That tells you how much higher they're on Obafemi compared to the others. They see Obafemi as a big, right now, like ready for the main event. Maybe on the main roster. Like, yeah, we're not gonna move this guy slowly. We're like, you know what? I think we're gonna push this guy hard. It's sink or swim. Is this a little different? Okay, so Jade Cargill was interviewed backstage. So she was supposed to have a match with Meacham, but Meacham got injured on the live event, a real injury, a shoulder injury, which has been an epidemic in wrestling right now. Shoulder injuries. So she was interviewed that she read about that Beecham injured the match against Jade Cargill and asked if it was on purpose. And Jade Cargill, yeah, it was on purpose. And Jordan Grace shows up, right? And Jade Cargill got some words for her, and Jordan Grace had a reply to her. We retorted back to her, and it's almost like Jordan Grace's. It's almost like Jordan Grace's decision what branches he assigned is getting easier and easier, which each interaction on SmackDown. Now we'll have to see on Raw who she interacts with. Okay. Now we got the United States Championship match, Giulia versus Chelsea. It's funny because these are two heels, right? Two heels going at it. But in this match, Chelsea was getting a babyface reaction from the crowd. Here's the thing. I think Chelsea might turn babyface. But the thing is, I don't know how her character could work as a babyface. That's my concern because people love her. She gets a reaction. I don't know how her character works as a babyface. That Karen like character. I don't know how it works as a babyface. So I if I make a video on it, I can't really explain it. Okay. But this is Master Solid. It was short, but Giulia got the win, and she became two-time United States Women's Champion. So Chelsea Green and Giulia are both of them have become the Women's United States Champion twice. Okay. Next is the main event. I believe I'm missing some stuff, but next is the main event. Aleister Black versus David Priest in the endless match to end their rivalry, to end their feud. So this match, they're given time like 25 to 30 minutes. And this match, it was a really good main event. It was a solid main event. I really like this main event a lot. Hard hitting. They used the arena. It was Zelina Vega got involved. Rhea Ripley got involved. She took out Zelina Vega. I really love the ending here. Like Damien Priest. Oh my God, the Razor's Edge. He did the Razor's Edge and threw Aleister Black on the the windshield of the ambulance, and then on top of the ambulance, basically the out cold Aleister Black basically had him by the neck and throws him off onto the table full of some stuff on it, just for extra punishment. And then puts him in the ambulance and he wins. David Priest wins the rivalry in the end. This set is supposed to be the end. We'll see if that moves on. Also missing some things. We are going to get apparently 4-on-4 with the Riots in MFTs. But the weird thing is Tamatoa, so Tamaloga, or whatever, was confronted by Shinsuke Nakamura, and they said something in Japanese. So I don't understand Japanese what they said. Now some of you that didn't watch New Japan or what may not know what this interaction means. Well, they were both in New Japan. Tamaloa was part of the Bullet Club. Shinsuke Nakamura, before he went to WWE, created this faction that's called Chaos before Okada and AEW took over. So they have some history. And then, so I don't know what's going on there. Okay. But yeah, this is my longest review. So this SmackDown was actually pretty good. It felt like they really focused on this show. But we'll see next week. We'll see next week in a 3-hour show. Okay. Was a little concerned. I'm not confident. I'm like, it doesn't make me not feel less confident. Okay. Next week we'll have to see. Oh yeah, and next week's show, well, international viewers, you get to see it earlier. American viewers, you're gonna see it later. So if I do, I'm sorry if I do a review because I don't live in the U.S. But if I do a review, it'll be after. Actually, it might be busy. It might be after the show ends, but I actually might be busy, so I might do it later in the night. Make sure to like, share, subscribe down below. Take care.